Alright, well, we're back. Disco Elysium. I believe we had to sell the rims that he gave us to pay for everything, and they're pretty expensive rims, so should be able to pay for everything. What the hell is going on here? Plastic wrapped macarons stamped with humanitarian aid. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. This says speakers from the people of Samara. They donating to us or someone else? This says food gift from the people of Messiana. Right? Whatever you say. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. The damn drawbridge. Got a gutter. Hot air rises up from the sewers, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Comforting would not be the word I would have used, but you know, if you find sewers comforting, then I guess that is your prerogative. It's not for me to judge. So this is the place they were playing with the bulls. Yeah, they're the bulls. It's like a little shack down here. Is this the selling place? No Neopad, Nosapad, Pelt. Pretty useful. We got a garbage bag or a garbage box. Is it locked? No. We got fingerless gloves. We can wear them if we want to. Clothes. Fingerless gloves, +1 electrochemistry, cigarette stained fingertips, gasoline stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made out of wool still provide warmth and comfort. Right now, my gloves are Flan Ultra Series gloves. Right. Also, I want to check out my jacket actually. God damn it! Heavy tarpaulin will be night and waterproof with one bullet hole scattered around. I would think you could interact with the thing though. What is this? Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. And I guess this is what we're looking for. Water lock out of order until Wednesday 7:15 a.m.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque.
I guess this controls this for boats to come in.
This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way.
This thing?
Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Pull it anyway.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Okay. Piranha hums to himself while staring at her activities. Release it.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way.
Just gotta wait.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Pull the lever again.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Alright,
A
release it.
spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Yeah. Okay, we can head into Roy's Pawn Shop, I guess. Get ourselves some good money. Low on health, put points into endurance. I'm fine. The hell is going on over here? Stuff, man. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Okay. Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says D. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Oh, there is a man here.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Dig up a truly cool figurine under the box table. Inspect the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Point at the knights on horseback. These are Franco-Nigerian cavalry, right?
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
It looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. Yeah, inspect the blue uniform.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing Pent Queen.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
He inspects the figurine, then they got camouflage. Are these the royalist soldiers?
Which ones?
The man here on his
those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
And what about the figures in rags?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers.
People don't like them though?
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening as it ought to be. It's impossible to win against the courts of capital. Ask my friend Garte, whose bitch it may be. What? I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. The contrast is meant to be disheartening as it ought to be.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Alright, people like it. And dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Let's do it.
Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
Great. Alright, step away from the table.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
The what? Sounds like my stomach is growling.
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow.
Vows?
The vows are blood and flesh.
What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
Fascism. What is fascism?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
Foreigners?
Yes, them. But also...
Also?
Women.
Women. Great.
Women. Men of war.
Oh, great.
You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Women need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
I don't believe in that, though.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that women need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure?
Stomach truth.
Truth.
You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Fascism sounds so bad, though. What if we called it something else, like a traditionalism?
Okay. Yes, let's call it that. Good thinking.
Good thinking, right?
That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
Okay, stomach, I made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to judgment.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to be played by an upset stomach. Opt out.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
Maybe. I'm not going to become fascist. Come on, man. What's going on here? Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. But we'll sell our thing first before inspecting more.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Alright, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
You can put it away. Right. I mean, I am holding a flashlight. Give me a wrench instead.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
Now that the RCM is here, tell me. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting. I guess.
Oh no, not at all.
He flashes a smile.
I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Okay.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored.
Thank you.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical Vacus consumerist options. Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Sure.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your snobbery.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Challenging. Is Roy high, and if yes, what's he on? Let's check.
Feeling
Nice.
warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Perolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
What is it?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it me, or is it really warm in here? Oh no, you know what, sir? Can I take off your sunglasses to check your eyes?
Why on earth?
Stack it away from
These
the
are
glass.
prescription. I can't really see without them.
It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir.
Perolidon is just something since the People's Power disaster,
He coughs as if to mark his words.
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He got addicted, huh?
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile, what's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities.
That
It
sounds pretty bad.
malfunctioned.
Yeah.
Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
That's pretty bad.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance,
And what is a particle decay
a
generator?
primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Okay, and why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West.
Didn't work out.
Needless to say,
Yep.
things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about the Emergency Relief Brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Give me a second. Alright. He points to the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. Okay, so he was part of it. Okay.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out.
Didn't go well for you, I guess.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile.
It's too dangerous.
So much
Disappointing.
disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
And whose fault was the generator fail?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
It's not gonna end well. How do you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it.
So he just inherited it.
So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but
He shrugs. Yeah, it's still pretty far, I guess. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Can you care to share pulver on now? By the way, do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers in the citizens' militia? Yeah.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question.
Really?
I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh, I pawned it. Oh, shit.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
I sold
The
my gun.
lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Okay, so I did sell my gun.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Maybe the lawyer lady that belongs to that,
Right,
place.
so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizen militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Okay.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Should I ask where I sold you my gun?
You
Yeah.
were adamant about getting rid of it, officer.
Yes, it
Said
is.
you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Okay, at least I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Okay. I want to ask about a missing gun again.
Sure thing.
Thanks for the review. Alright,
Sure, man.
okay. You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
You know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Sure, but maybe you heard something,
He
right?
doesn't know anything.
Alright. Know about the Wild Pines representative that's in town?
Can't say I'm a huge admirer of wild pines. And I can't say I trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved.
He looks off to the side, then down to his hands, alright? Wait, what do you have against Wild Pines?
What should I have for it?
Have you met the Wild Pines rep?
No, just people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew, at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more questions, or are we?
That's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Something I like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Item lost. Alright. Lieutenant steps in and hands him the hubcap and the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesk banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
Can I bargain?
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest of it goes into his pocket. It is his.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
That's fine.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Both the lieutenant and the pawnbroker turn to you. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Show him the photo.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No
He
sale.
barely even looks at it. Or do you know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
Lighter, huh?
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
Not that. Alright. Pay for damages. Ask your station for additional funds. Well, I don't want to do that. Go check the water lock, track down your gun. Someone saw something about a lost firearm, maybe district authority, like someone high up in Union or someone local who saw you with it before you passed out. Whirling absence bartender. You could also ask the local pawn shop. Check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Pen, postcard, Dylan's handkerchief, postcard, photo of a happy couple. Nothing for now, I guess. Can I sell my clothes?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
He looks you up and down quickly. And I don't have anything to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Can you share your Peripelon with me? I'd love to just have it.
Have you tried it before?
Probably.
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved.
I want to take it. I just want to keep it.
He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
I think I tried it once and liked it.
Here you go, man.
He presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand. Very odd looking. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Alright, I have other business to take care of. Goodbye. What is this thought?
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are copper types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Some kind of weapon cop?
No, you're the sorry cop.
Oh, great.
The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Okay, what are other copper types?
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
Won't the other copper types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm the sorry cop.
They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
That sounds pretty nice.
That won't happen.
Oh, well, that's pretty bad then. I mean, I have magnesium-based life form. Ace is high, rigorous self-predicting. I have no... I can just unlock a slot, huh? Alright. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent. A flagellant cop monk. That is not the right line of work for you. You should be growling at the feet of feudal lord, providing looted evidence against yourself at a Maslowian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat o' nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Empathy towards Kim Kusaragi. Was on the First War, the Insulindian Civil War, the first time to see the use of aerostatic aircraft on both sides, the longest for 8 years. Folded multi-rotor aircraft crisscrossed air above Revenkal, Ozeron, Faisala Mir, and the Arcade Islands. They made sweeps over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the blue sky, then sank as wrecks to the bottom of the sea. The Aces High was a custom on the revolutionary side, performed by squadron mates after landing. Lieutenant Kisaragi likes it. Why is that? Let's try and internalize it. We have no more points. Alright.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on your tips of the toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeeper, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
It's a Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
What I really want to know is, could this device come handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Are you sure it's all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though
He grimaces.
I don't really like music.
Alright.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music. What do you like then?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by,
So he's an
nocturnal
ASMR
animals
guy.
climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
Equip this to play tapes. That's all. I mean, I'm gonna wait.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
That you know what? Something else you didn't know. For now, I'm just gonna leave. It's becoming late. I don't know if you have to sleep. But I'm guessing you do. Buy a book. Reading time passes quickly. But I'm pretty sure just not sleeping is gonna have some bad effects. And now that I have money, I should probably just pay for it. Back in the whirling in rags. I keep flashlight in low light areas. I'll probably equip my flashlight actually. Buy open containers. Locked containers. Ooh, fill it on. +1 psyche. A pretty little puck-shaped cap of purple liquid that can bring on anything from hot flashes to military-grade psychosis. With sufficient tolerance, however, it can make any weather feel balmy, if only for a while. Hello.
Can I help you?
Sorry, so about the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much money do I owe you again?
A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
I have your money.
Well,
Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted.
Pay for damages done.
Payment for services rendered. If you
That's a good
continue
point.
to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room.
He taps his
All
foot
the
against the metal
doors lock
box.
automatically at 9 p.m.
Really? Taps the foot against a metal box installed in the back of the bar counter.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Find money for rent and pay guard.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
I saw
Another
thing.
thing. Great.
Nope.
Yes.
Alright, goodbye. Money has been paid. So,
Yes?
formidable logic. Sorry, cop. Roy mentioned suicide.
You pick
Oh,
over
God.
what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
What is this? Logic? I can crank up logic a little bit, I guess. Logic. Cool for analyst, pure rationalist, obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of cases. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many detectives. At higher levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You will be very proud in this, then thus susceptible to intellectual flattery. For those blinded by their own brilliance often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. Crank it up. Then,
Yes?
formidable logic, 72%. Why did they send me?
Look at
Oh.
you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Wait, no, that can't be right.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Okay, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a F-up? Like it's a
I've
joke.
considered it.
His voice is somber. So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, Both stations would prefer a win.
So you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
Do you really see me as a safe bet then?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there.
Well, thank you.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke.
Hey, heal morale.
And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Well, thank you. Alright, well, anyway, let's get out of here. Oh, thank you for the autosave. We should sleep. It's getting very late. Most checks have secret difficulty modifiers. Talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. So I've heard. Is lady in here?
The door is closed.
Try the handle.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Alright, well, we leave then. You know what? Let's try and knock for a second.
The door is still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Yeah. Just checking. I guess she's down there, huh? See a container you can't open? Equip a pry bar. Alright, nothing really going on here. Self-aware for 21. The streets are emptier. By 2, everyone is asleep. Right, that's what I should also be doing. Get some sleep.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. You can finally get some answers. We did good work today, though. Come on, we did some good work.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
He lights a cigarette, Kim. I don't know how you smoke, Kim. What do you think? How do you think today went? What are our powers? I don't know how... I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Not very healthy, but sure.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
Well, that is true. He flicks the ash.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easy to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, below it all.
No, I'm not gonna start
Yes.
smoking.
It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
We performed a thorough initial inspection of the victim's body.
Yeah.
So that's good. One could say it's the main thing to do in a murder.
It's done.
Then you shot the body down, which was...
He pauses, search for
Quite
the
the
right
shot.
word. Quite the shot. I was inspired by your confidence in me, Kim.
I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Your shot enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with.
Oh yeah, found the bullet.
Moreover, you found that the hanged man wasn't just hanged, he was also shot. That was some excellent detective work.
Thank you.
And you managed to locate and pull out the bullet, so we can get ballistics, make up the gun. All this is invaluable.
It was the least I could do given all my past mistakes, yeah.
The rest is up to the boys in processing. Maybe they will surprise us by doing their job for once, but I wouldn't count on it.
Alright, so we gotta do the work.
We also performed a thorough search of the crime scene. All in all, we handled the situation very professionally.
Thank you.
Now for the interviews.
That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is. The initial interviews, yes, we talked to a few people. I wish we didn't do any of the intense people at Treasures. We talked to some people.
Including Evrard Claire, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one.
Yep,
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
that he did not.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us more. Yeah.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't know how to feel about my name actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought.
So I could have done better in the interview department. Alright.
We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try and keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on the cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Thank you. He looks at you, snakeskin shoes, and smiles suddenly. What are our powers exactly? The RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000, why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Alright, and wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Alright, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
But how can you be sure the addressee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
So, if I have to kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force.
That makes sense.
In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Yeah, we don't want people killing people. What happens to people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was citizens of Ravenclaw.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
That's pretty bad.
Or if they think you do.
The Moralarian, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt.
So centrist, right?
Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
I don't know what all that means.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Alright, and what is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual.
Yeah.
Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
And who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age?
He thinks.
You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to
It's
happen.
the city below. Alright, it's not gonna happen. They're pretty strong, I guess. I have an opinion on the Moralarian.
Do you?
Lieutenant arches his bow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Things are bad out there, point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Ravenclaw. They have done an awful job here. Have you seen the press? This isn't humanism. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeoisie rights. But silently, immigrants, liberal kips, effing men are running into women. Oh god. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Things are bad, yeah. We need them here, giving us the power to write to police revenue call.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
It looks at the roundabout, alright. So they think we are vigilantes, alright. Say nothing, just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of his floodlights on the ground below. Kitaragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
He likes planes?
They really don't like us here.
Huh.
And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the Mysterian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are...
He shakes his head.
But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here, at least do some good.
Me too.
He says
But I
quietly.
wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Alright, thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold
End
now.
of day debrief.
Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Alright,
Yes?
anything else? Tell me about the case. Think you should know that I can't remember anything. Alright, nothing. Actually, don't we have things to do? Find the money for rent. You need to find 20 real to pay for your room at the Whirling, or it will be locked again on 21. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. Ask Rene where is the rest of the armor. Find booze. Call your station Lazarette. Replace lost bull. Track down your badge. Who put the clothes in the trash? Ask Kuno if he knows anything. Who else unauthorized access to Whirling in drags. Find the person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. Wash it off. There's a bathtub. Right. Victim's tattoos. Who made the call? Explore wordings against in karaoke. Open apartment door for Everett. The special Bosch. Yeah. Reality lowdown. Ask others, explain the world in detail. Rich people are educated. Murder weapon. Cut down your gun. Alright. So we'll just go take a bath now. See a container you can't open? Equip a pry bar. I already have a pry bar. Alright, no more running. See you in the morning. See ya.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
To know the origin, I can't do it. Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop steam from fogging up the mirror. Alright.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Alright, sure. You can have a bath now.
This
then?
is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now.
Okay, well, clean it then.
Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you.
I want to live forever with the corpse smell, memento mori. No, run yourself a bath.
The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons.
I don't see any water. Undress, close your eyes and submerge.
The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting. Like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks, like sad duckies.
Take the beer cans out.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub.
Oh, I can see voodoo light sunburns. I linger in the tub a little.
Your fingers grow pale
It'll help.
and are
Nice.
covered with tiny whirls as the water cools.
Imagine something.
You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench.
Hmm.
Then, houses along a narrow street, a video rental, darkness on the planet's curvature.
Alright, we can get out now.
The waterline recedes
complete.
as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin.
Sure, but at least we're cleaner.
The fan stands still.
Pull on the light
The
bulb.
lights are off again.
Nice. And I guess we can just sleep.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but
It
it's
looks pretty
yours.
terrible.
The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Alright, just crawl in. Do we get a buff for
The
sleeping?
sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Nice. Very good. End of day 1.
And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
That's not nice.
Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
Roll over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Elysium? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
Alright, no more thoughts. Fall asleep.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Dreams? I think they're called dreams. Oh, we are living the dreams. At least we have a torch. Are we going to see the body again? Probably. Oh, it's me with the disco ball. Hello, me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Bloated corpse of a drunk. What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry? Answer the question.
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering for you. You can tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
But I'm gonna die?
Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
No, I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick.
Great.
Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you.
That sounds pretty bad.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back, I suppose.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me.
Failed yourself, I guess, yeah.
You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere.
Magnetosphere?
Burning furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
There's Elysium?
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people.
That's it? I thought there were more.
You
than that.
failed every single
No, wait.
one of
I think
them.
that's right. Maybe?
You really fucked up.
I've seen you before. It's me?
No, you haven't.
Oh.
You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you.
Great.
You'll be back in those
Ancient
cold
reptilian brain.
snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
What the hell? Limbic system, shut up. I can come back from this, I guess.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Trying to solve the case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
It's getting painful.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
New type of hangover. Wait, God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Yeah, might as well get up.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Hey, I'm solving crimes, man. It's not really a factory. Low on morale. Put points into volition. I mean, it seems like I'm low on morale. Oh, here I am. Alright, get up.
Good going, buddy.
Oh God, what the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream.
Just a dream.
You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
And why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
How about no?
You're
No
too
more
weak
drugs.
to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Wait, what is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor?
So I took some drugs.
It's
Great.
power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
No, I can't take this. I'm not gonna go looking for speed.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
Yes.
Basically, a week.
I'm going dry.
Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself.
Yeah.
Slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
I don't need drugs. Get out of here. What's up with the window still?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Look out.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Alright, sure. Can I get a bath?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let the mirror be for now. Do I have points? No. Well, that's fine. I guess I don't need to take a bath in the morning. I guess I don't need the flashlight now. Give me the wrench instead. Alright, partner. Or I guess not.
The door is closed.
Alright, well, she's not gonna answer, I suppose. That's fine. We'll just keep on moving. Hold on or wait to get additional information. Ooh. This place is open now. Nice. And this guy is over here. It's a new day. Good morning. Hello? Let's talk.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod.
I've got some good news.
Mm-hmm.
I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep.
Good, thanks.
I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to.
That's true.
Oh well, we'll get the armored boots in another lifetime.
Yeah, we don't need those.
The lieutenant is downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done.
Oh yeah.
And now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently.
Good job, buddy.
The Union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here,
We are the new police guys, alright.
men who drink beer for breakfast,
Huh.
there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
And are these the men Karate told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot.
He looks at his
Sorry,
notes.
I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less
Find
to
out
worry
who's in the
about,
Union box.
and one big problem to replace
A
it.
skill point, nice. He processed something out. There's so many of them, maybe we should call some reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Alright.
In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Why do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Yep, makes
Which
sense.
may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Alright, let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Then come back.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
I guess I
They're in
am.
no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Alright, sure. What else do we
Yes?
talk about? Alright, nothing. Hello, Garte. How's life?
Can I help you?
Bill for tonight? No. Okay. What about you, lady? What else do you know?
Just a moment.
The woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
So these other guys have come in?
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
She turns back to you with a weary smile.
I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good evening, ma'am. Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
No one has a phone. What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why do you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down. She doesn't know where her wife and her husband and friend is. That's pretty bad.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Expeditions, huh?
But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window toward the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Okay, he's a scientist.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps.
The waterlock is down, okay.
He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock is not working.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who is this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
She smiles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
The waterlock to the other side is, the ghost is broken. They probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To
That's
both
a
of you.
tenant, yeah.
You've spared me another sleepless night.
That's fine.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Yeah.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Sure.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
Yeah,
And
sure.
if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Alright, if I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh,
Except
you're
that.
such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Fine morale, sure. So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
She says, picture pride. Isn't cryptozoologist means they search for like mythical things?
It's a pseudoscience
yeah.
that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Redent sounds unimpressed, yeah.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
Well, if he wants to do research, that's his prerogative.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Well, if they want to conduct research on it, might as well let people do it. Right?
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Okay, now see, that I disagree with.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Suggestion. Less worried about her husband has the green ape pen. Suggestion 0, this is a white check. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
She catches
But
herself.
I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
No, I want to
The
know.
lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about this insect.
Well,
She hesitates.
it's a phasmid, technically, but
Phasmid, huh?
Ah yes, Phasmatodia, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects,
Like stick insects, right?
colloquially.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Right, that's cool.
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully. I mean, maybe.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Oh, come on. Maybe it's true.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
So what makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So the newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Okay, maybe they got lucky and found it, I don't know.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
That's true. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds.
Her face lights up
It's
at the thought
how
of
it
it.
stayed hidden all these years. Centuries even.
Okay, so what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay, tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Okay.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information.
Let's try again. Why don't we try describing him as you would one of your cryptids?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with
okay, so
a
that's
larger
better.
frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
That seems better.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
Thank you, Kim.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
Okay, how long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Her smile
Not
is
the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
And how did you two meet?
By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced.
Okay, and so you met?
We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She smiles wistfully. Alright, she likes
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Okay, I think I have all the information I need. Let's move
I
on.
hope I've been useful.
And maybe you should convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. It's a white check, right? It's a white check. Yeah, let's try it. We have the pen and
You're an
everything.
enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
I want to know everything about cryptids, living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids. Bring it on.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
That's all for now, ma'am. Oh,
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
what?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
Look, I'm trying to do my job. No need for extravagance, yeah?
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Why not? Send Halifax. I'm not ashamed. Opt in.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
So I got a different type of cop now again? Regular law official? Alright, anything new with you?
Can I help you?
Nope, alright, sure. I forgot. There's nothing new with you at all. Find Morel, the cryptozoologist. The aging cryptozoologist has been out in the reeds for too long and his wife Lena is very worried. Maybe you can find him when you happen to be on the coast. Alright, sure. Ooh, what is this? The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. Alright, I need some questions for you.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door? Point to the blue door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself.
Guess he doesn't know.
Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Leo said you were friends with Mariana. Is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then He falls silent
Why am I even
again.
interviewing this guy? I don't even know what he's saying. What's in the borscht you're making there? Point to the large pot.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Sorry, I don't, I just say yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
He looks at soup and then at you, more vodka. It's a bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits.
He nods. Clever
Clever
move.
move by
Okay.
the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself.
No, I'm not gonna do
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
No vodka. Turn your finger counterclockwise. Cut it.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Alright. Now we know about the borscht. Right? Special borscht. What's so special about the borscht? The strikers are eating, the cooking in work. Okay, look into it. It's done, apparently. The hanged man, cargo container, door, rhetoric impossible, trash container. Can I not just open this with my...
You see a heavy...
Alright, no. You have a point, I can put in something as well, but that's not for now. What are you doing in here?
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall who turning to you. You work for them?
Detective disorientated.
She smiles coldly.
Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
I have some questions.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
Points to the man on the right. I mean, I'm not really, but sure.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Great. Of
It
course.
doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
We'll give you the slip, and I don't know.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Buford that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
Are you lazy, Elizabeth? Miss Buford?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
She points to the tall man by the table.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Let's not tell me who told you. Hardy, not yet. I had another question.
No. Talk to Titus.
What's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor.
She crosses her arm.
Do you have hearing problems?
What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
And what are you going to do to me then? Juliet is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you?
She starts laughing. It's cold laughter, devoid of joy.
The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Is it though? A gruff?
Goddamn right it is.
Oh, goddamn right. Okay, Titus Hardy.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people.
She shakes her
But
head.
we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you say.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
You killed someone. What are you talking about?
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. Great.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Great. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists.
Get sober.
But a
Do
special
your
difference.
job. Ask your questions and get the hell out of Martinez.
Alright, I should up to this then. It's a bowl. That's spit in it. Drinking of tobacco. So which one was it, man? What are we even talking about? And then there is babysitting imbeciles. What the heck is? What the hell are you talking about? You see hawthorn bushes outside. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and union placards. Did you shit in your boots? What the hell is going on here? Anyway, I'm gonna save the game. And I'll see you all in the next one. Everett isn't paying me enough for this? Probably. I wonder where that Sylvie is.